This is the Plaza Theatre podcast.
The Country Wife. A comedy by William Wycherley. The persons.
Mr. Horner,
A gentleman.
played by Peter Moore.
Mr. Harcourt,
His acquaintance, enamoured of Alethea.
played by Nick Longland.
Mr. Dorilant,
Friend to Mr. Harcourt.
played by Neil Gwynne.
Mr. Pinchwife,
A newly-wed gentleman
played by Matthew Ellison.
Mr. Sparkish,
who is engaged to Alethea.
played by Wayne Ings.
Sir Jasper Fidget,
A noble gentleman.
played by David Cradduck.
Mrs. Margery Pinchwife,
A newly-wed country lass.
played by Clare Durham.
Alethea,
Sister to Mr. Pinchwife. And engaged to Mr. Sparkish.
played by Chloe Birtles.
Lady Fidget,
Wife of Sir Jasper.
played by Christine English.
Mrs. Dainty Fidget,
Sister to Sir Jasper.
played by Diane Donovan.
Mrs. Squeamish,
Granddaughter to Old Lady Squeamish and cousin to Lady Fidget.
played by Joe Barnard.
Old Lady Squeamish,
Grandmother of Mistress Squeamish.
played by Meriel Shepherd.
Boy,
Horner's servant.
played by Diane Phippen.
A Quack,
Conspiring with Mr. Horner.
played by Colin Russell.
Lucy,
Alethea's clever and sensible maidservant.
played by Diane Phippen.
Narrator. A minor irritation. Played by Gemma Wilkes. Prologue. Spoken by Mr. Horner.
Poets, like cudgelled bullies, never do at first or second blow submit to you, but will provoke you still, and never have done till you are weary first with laying on. But we, the actors, humbly will submit, now and at any time, to a full pit. Nay, often we anticipate your rage, and murder poets for you on our stage. We set no guards upon our tiring room, but when with flying colours there you come, we patiently, you see, give up to you our poets, virgins, nay, our matrons too.
The scene. London. 1671. Act 1. Horner's bachelor lodging. Early in the morning. Enter Horner and Quack, following him at a distance.
Well, my dear doctor, hast thou done what I desired?
I have undone you forever with the women, and reported you throughout the whole town as a eunuch, with as much trouble as if I had made you one in earnest.
But have you told all the midwives, you know, the orange wenches at the playhouses? For they'll be the readiest to report it.
I have told all the chambermaids and old women of my acquaintance, so that you need not doubt 'twill spread, and you will be as odious to the handsome young women
as their own husbands. Ha ha! I am only afraid 'twill not be believed. You told 'em 'twas by an English-French disaster, and an English-French chirurgeon who has given me an antidote against that damned malady, love.
Your late journey into France has made it the more credible, and your being here a fortnight before you appeared in public looks as if you had apprehended the shame, which I wonder you do not. Well, I have been hired by young gallants to belie them the other way, but you are the first would be thought a man unfit for women.
Dear doctor, let vain rogues be contented to be thought abler men than they are. Generally 'tis all the pleasure they have, but mine lies another way.
You take, methinks, a very preposterous way to it.
Doctor, a good name is seldom got by giving it to oneself, and women, no more than honour, are compassed by bragging.
Enter Boy Horner's servant.
There are 2 ladies and a gentleman coming up.
A pox! Some unbelieving sisters of my former acquaintance, who I expect their sense should be satisfied of the falsity of the report.
Sir Jasper Fidget and Lady Fidget, and Mrs. Dainty Fidget.
My coach breaking just now before your door, sir, I look upon as an occasional reprimand to me, sir, for not kissing your hand, sir, since you're coming out of France, sir. And so my disaster, sir, has been my good fortune, sir. This is my wife and sister, sir. Wife, this is Master Horner.
Master Horner?
Milady Fidget, sir.
So, sir.
Won't you be acquainted with her, sir? So the report is true, I find, by his aversion to the sex, but I'll play the wag with him. Pray salute me wife, sir.
I will kiss no man's wife for him, sir. I have taken my eternal leave of the sex already, sir.
Not know me wife, sir?
I do know your wife, sir. She's a woman, sir, and consequently a monster, sir. A greater monster than a husband, sir.
Pray, Sir Jasper, let us be gone from this rude fellow.
Who, by his breeding, would think he had ever been in France?
Though he's but too much a French fellow, such as hate women of quality and virtue for their love to their husbands.
You do well, madam, for I have nothing that you came for. I have brought over not so much as a bawdy picture, new postures, nor the second part of the École des Filles.
He hates women perfectly, I find.
What pity 'tis he should.
Aye, he's a base, rude fellow for it, but affectation makes not a woman more odious to them than virtue.
Because your virtue is your greatest affectation, madam.
How, you saucy fellow, would you wrong my honour?
If I could.
How do you mean, sir?
No, he can't wrong your ladyship's honour, upon my honour. He, poor man, hark you in your ear, a mere eunuch.
Oh, filthy French beast! Foh, why do we stay? Let's be gone. I can't endure the sight
Nor can I stay longer. The council will have sat. I must away. Business must be preferred always before love and ceremony with the wise Mr. Horner.
What? Leave us with a filthy man alone in his lodgings?
He's an innocent man now, you know. Pray stay. Mr. Horner, your servant, I shall be glad to see you at the house. Pray dine with me and play at cards with my wife after dinner. You're fit for women at that game, yes? It is a husband's prudence to provide innocent aversion for a wife as to hinder her unlawful pleasures. Farewell!
Your servant, Sir Jasper.
Exit Sir Jasper.
I will not stay with him, fool.
Nay, madam, I beseech you stay. I can be as civil to ladies as they would desire.
No, fool. You cannot be civil to ladies.
You, as civil as ladies would desire?
No. Fool.
Excellent Lady Fidget and Dainty.
Now, I think I, or you yourself rather, have done your business with the women.
Thou art an ass. Don't you see already upon the report and my carriage? This grave man of business leaves his wife in my lodgings, invites me to his house and wife, who before would not be acquainted with me out of jealousy.
Nay, by this means you may the more be acquainted with the husbands, but the less with the wives.
If I can but abuse the husbands, I'll soon disabuse the wives. Women of quality are so civil, you can hardly distinguish love from good breeding. But now I can be sure she that shows an aversion to me loves the sport as those women that are gone, whom I warrant to be right. Your women of honour are only chary of their reputations, not their persons. And 'tis scandal they would avoid, not men. Now may I have, by the reputation of a eunuch, the privileges of one, and be seen in a lady's chamber in a morning, as early as her husband, kiss virgins before their parents or lovers, and maybe, in short, the passe-partout of the town.
Well, I wish you luck.
Exit Quack.
Mr. Harcourt and Mr. Dorilant, sir.
Come, your appearance at the play yesterday has, I hoped, hardened you for the future against the women's contempt and the men's raillery.
Did I not bear it bravely?
Oh, with the most theatrical impudence. Nay, more than the orange wenches or a great-bellied actress, or, what is yet more impudent, A second-hand critic.
But what say the ladies? Have they no pity?
The vizard masks never pity a man when all's gone, though in their service.
And for the women in the boxes, you'd never pity them when 'twas in your power.
Well, a pox on love and wenching. Women serve but to keep a man from better company.
Mistresses are like books. If you pour upon them too much, they doze you and make you unfit for company.
A mistress should be like a little country retreat near the town. Not to dwell in constantly, but only for a night and away.
I tell you, 'tis as hard to be a lover of women as it is to be a lover of money. You cannot follow both.
Gad, he's in the right on it.
I grant it. Love will still be uppermost.
Come, for my part I will have only those glorious, manly pleasures of being very drunk and very slovenly.
Enter boy.
Mr. Sparkish is below, sir.
Exit boy.
What, my dear friend? A rogue that is fond of me only, I think, for abusing him.
His company is as troublesome to us as a cuckold's when you have a mind to his wife's.
No, the rogue will not let us enjoy one another, but ravishes our conversation.
And to pass for a wit in town, shows himself a fool every night to us.
Mr. Sparkish, sir.
How is it, Sparks? How is it? Well, faith, Harry, I must rail thee a little upon the reporting down of thee. I can't hold in faith. Shall I speak?
Yes, but you'll be so bitter then.
Honest Dick and Frank here shall answer for me. I will not be extreme bitter by the universe.
We will be bound in £10,000 bond. He shall not be bitter at all.
Nor sharp nor sweet.
What? Not downright insipid?
Nay then, since you are so brisk and provoke me, take what follows. You must know I was discoursing and rallying with some ladies yesterday, and they happened to talk of the fine new signs in town. Said I know where the best new sign is. Where? Said one of the ladies. In Covent Garden, I replied. Said another, in what street? In Russell Street, answered I. Lord, said another, I'm sure there was never a fine new sign there yesterday. Yes, but there was, said I again. And it came out of France, and has been there a fortnight.
A pox! I can hear no more, prithee.
Nay, faith, I'll make you laugh. It cannot be, said a third lady. Yes, yes, quoth I again. Did you never see Mr. Horner? He lodges in Russell Street, and he's a sign of a man, you know, since he came out of France.
Oh, but the devil take me.
Well, with that, they all fell a-laughing till they bepissed themselves. What? But it does not move you, methinks. Well, come, Sparks, where do we dine? I have left at Whitehall an earl to dine with you.
Why, I thought thou loved a man with a title better than a suit with a French trimming to it.
Go to him again.
No, sir. A wit to me is the greatest title in the world.
But go dine with your earl, sir. He may be exceptious. We are your friends, and will not take it ill to be left, I do assure you.
Nay, pray, gentlemen.
We'll thrust you out, if you would not.
Nay, dear gentlemen, hear me. Where do we dine?
Even where you will.
For sure. With your fooling, we shall loose the new play. And I would no more miss seeing a new play the first day than I would miss setting in the Wit's Row. Therefore, I go fetch my mistress and away.
Exit Sparkish. Manant, Horner, Harcourt, Dorilant. Enter to them boy, leading Mr. Pinchwife.
Who have we here? Pinchwife?
Gentlemen, your humble servant.
Well, Jack, by thy long absence from the town, the grumness of thy countenance, and the slovenliness of thy habit, I should give thee joy, should I not, of marriage?
Death! Does he know I'm married too? My long stay in the country will excuse my dress, and I have a suit of law that brings me up to town that puts me out of humour. Besides, I must give Sparkish tomorrow £5,000 to lie with my sister.
Well, I heard thou wert married.
What then?
I did not expect marriage from such a whoremaster as you, one that knew the town so much and women so well.
Why, I have married no London wife.
Sure, that's all one. That grave circumspection in marrying a country wife. Come, but she's handsome and young.
No, she has no beauty but her youth, no attraction but her modesty. Homely and housewifely, that's all. She's too awkward, ill-favoured, and silly to bring to town.
Then methinks you should bring her to be taught breeding.
To be taught? Oh, no, sir, I thank you. Good wives and private soldiers should be ignorant.
Why, if she be ill-favoured, there will be less danger here than by leaving her in the country. We have such variety of dainties that we are seldom hungry.
But they have always coarse, constant, swinging stomachs in the country.
Foul feeders indeed.
And your hospitality is great there.
Open house. Every man's welcome.
So, gentlemen.
But prithee, why would thou marry her if she be ugly, ill-bred, and silly? She must be rich then.
As rich as if she brought me £20,000 out of this town, for she'll be as sure not to spend her moderate portion as a London baggage would be to spend hers. Because she's ugly, she's the likelier to be mine own, and being ill-bred, she'll hate conversation, and since silly and innocent, will not know the difference betwixt a man of 21 and one of 40.
9, to my knowledge. But if she be silly, she'll expect as much from a man of 49 as from him of 21.
'Tis my maxim. He's a fool that marries, but he's a greater fool that does not marry a fool. What is wit in a wife good for but to make a man a cuckold?
No, what is worse, if she cannot make her husband a cuckold, she'll make him jealous and pass for one, and then 'tis all one.
Well, I'll take care. My wife shall make me no cuckold, though she had your help, Mr. Horner.
His help?
He's come newly to town, it seems, and has not heard how things are with him.
But tell me, has marriage cured thee of whoring?
Well, gentlemen, you may laugh at me, but I know the town.
But prithee, was not the way you were better than marriage?
Pox on it. The jades would jilt me. I could never keep a whore to myself.
So then, you only married to keep a whore to yourself. Well, I'll advise my friends to keep rather than marry, since I find you by your example it does not serve one's turn. For I saw you yesterday in the 18-penny place with a pretty country wench.
How the devil did he see my wife, then? I sat there that she might not be seen.
What? Dost thou blush at 49 for having been seen with a wench?
No, faith. I warrant 'twas his wife which he seated there out of sight.
He blushes, then 'twas his wife, for men are now more ashamed to be seen with them in public than with a wench.
Hell and damnation! I'm undone since Horner has seen her.
But was it thy wife? She was exceedingly pretty. I was in love with her at that distance.
You are like never to be nearer to her. Your servant, gentlemen.
Nay, prithee, stay.
I cannot.
Come, you shall dine with us.
I have dined already.
Come, I know thou hast not. I'll treat thee, dear rogue. Thou shalt spend none of thy Hampshire money today.
Treat me? So, he uses me already like his cuckold. I have business at home.
Exit Pinchwife.
To beat his wife. He's as jealous of her as a Cheapside husband of a Covent Garden wife.
Why, it is as hard to find an old whoremaster without the gout as a young one without fear of the pox. As gout in age from pox in youth proceeds, so wenching past, then jealousy succeeds, the worst disease that love and wenching breeds.
You're listening to the Plaza Theatre podcast. Please consider making a donation to keep theatre alive in Romsey. Visit plazatheatre.com for more details.
Act 2. Mr. Pinchwife's lodging. Later that morning, we find Mrs. Margery Pinchwife and Alethea.
Pray, sister, where are the best fields and woods to walk in London?
Oh, a pretty question, sister. Mulberry Garden and St James's Park, and for close walks the New Exchange.
Pray, sister, tell me why my husband looks so glum here in town and keeps me up so close and will not let me go a-walking, nor let me wear my best gown yesterday.
Oh, well, he's jealous, sister.
Jealous? What's that?
Well, he's afraid you should love another man.
How should he be afraid of my loving another man when he will not let me see any but himself?
Well, did he not carry you yesterday to a play?
Aye, but we sat amongst ugly people. He would not let me come near the gentry who sat under us, so that I could not see them. He told me none but naughty women sat there whom they toused and moused. But I would have ventured for all that.
But how did you like the play?
Indeed, I was weary of the play. But I liked hugely the actors. They are the goodliest, properest men, sister.
Oh, but you must not like the actors, sister.
Aye? How should I help it, sister?
Oh, but here comes your husband.
Oh, my dear, dear Bud, welcome home. Why dost thou look so froppish?
You're a fool.
Mrs. Pinchwife goes aside and cries.
Faith, so she's for crying for no fault, poor tender creature.
What? You would have her as impudent as yourself? An errant Jill flirt, a gadder, a magpie, and a mere notorious town woman?
Brother, the honour of your family shall sooner suffer in your wife there than in me, though I take the innocent liberty of the town.
Hark you, mistress, do not talk so before my wife.
Why, pray, who boasts of any intrigue with me? I keep no company with any women of scandalous reputations.
No, you keep the men of scandalous reputations company.
Where? Aren't them in a box at the plays, in the drawing-room at Whitehall, in St James's Park, Mulberry Garden, or...
Hold, do not teach my wife where the men are to be found. I bid you keep her in ignorance, as I do.
Indeed, be not angry with her, Bud. She will tell me nothing of the town, though I ask her 1,000 times a day.
Then you are very inquisitive to know, I find.
Not I, indeed, dear. I hate London. Our place house in the country is worth 1,000 of it. Would I were there again?
So you shall, I warrant. But were you not talking of plays and players when I came in? You, Alethea, are her encourager in such discourses.
No, indeed, dear. She chid me just now for liking the player men.
Come, my poor rogue, but thou likest none better than me.
Well, yes, indeed I do. The player men are finer folks.
But you love none better than me.
You are my own dear Bud.
Ay, my dear, you must love me only, and be not like the naughty town women who only hate their husbands and love every man else, love plays, visits, fine coaches, fine clothes, fiddles, balls, treats, and so lead a wicked town life.
But, husband, do the town women love the player men too?
Ha, Mrs. Mix, ask me no more to go to a play.
No, why, love? I did not care for going. But when you forbid me, you make me, as it were, to desire it.
Say 'twill be in other things, I warrant.
Pray, let me go to a play, dear.
Hold your peace, I will not.
Why, love?
Well, first you like the actors, and the gallants may like you.
What, a homely country girl? Oh, Bud, nobody will like me.
I tell you, yes, they may.
No, you jest. I won't believe you.
I tell you that one of the lewdest fellows in town who saw you there told me he was in love with you.
Indeed? Who? Pray, who was it?
I've gone too far and slipped before I was aware.
Was it any Hampshire gallant? Any of our neighbours?
I promise you he would but ruin you as he has done hundreds.
Aye, but if he loves me, why should he ruin me? Answer me to that. Methinks he should not. I would do him no harm.
'Tis very well, but I'll keep him from doing you any harm, or me either.
Mr. Sparkish and Mr. Harcourt, madam.
But here comes company. Get you in.
Lucy leaves.
Is he a pretty gentleman that loves me?
In, baggage, in!
Thrusts her in, shuts the door.
What? All the lewd libertines of the town brought to my lodging by this easy coxcomb? 'Sdeath, I'll not suffer it.
Dear little rogue, I told you I'd bring you acquaintanced with all my friends, the wits, and this is one of those, my pretty rogue, that are to dance at your wedding tomorrow. And him you must bid welcome ever to what you and I have.
Monstrous.
Harcourt salutes her.
Harcourt, how dost thou like her faith? Nay, dear, do not look down. I should hate to have a wife of mine out of countenance at anything.
Wonderful.
I say, Harcourt, thou hast stared upon her enough to resolve me.
So infinitely well that I could wish I had a mistress too, that might differ from her in nothing but her love and engagement to you.
Sir, Mr. Sparkish has often told me that his acquaintances were all wits and railers, and now I find it.
No, by the universe, madam, he does not rail now. I do assure you, he is a man of such perfect honour. He would say nothing to a lady he does not mean.
Praising another man to his mistress.
Sir, you are so obliging that...
Nay, I am sure you admire her extremely. I see it in your eyes. He does admire you, madam, by the world, don't you?
Yes, above the world, or the most glorious part of it, her whole sex. Until now I never thought I should have envied any man about to marry. But you have the best excuse for marriage I ever knew.
Now, sir, I am satisfied you are of the society of the wits and railers, since you cannot spare your friend, even when he is but too civil to you. But the surest sign is you are an enemy to marriage, for that, I hear, you hate as much as business or bad wine.
Truly, madam, I was never an enemy to marriage till now, because marriage was never an enemy to me before.
But why, sir? Is marriage an enemy to you now? Because it robs you of your friend here?
'Tis indeed, because you marry him. I do confess heartily and openly, I wish it were in my power to break the match. By heavens, I would.
Would you be so unkind to me?
Poor Frank. No, gad, 'tis only his kindness to me.
Insensible fop. Let a man make love to his wife to his face.
Prithee, Frank, dost think my wife that shall be there a fine person?
I could gaze upon her till I became as blind as you are.
As I am? How?
Because you are a lover, and true lovers are blind. Stock blind.
True, true. But by the world, she has wit as well as beauty. Go with her into a corner, and try if she has wit. Talk to her anything. She's bashful before me.
Sir, you dispose of me a little before your time.
Nay, madam. Let me have an earnest of your obedience.
Come.
Harcourt courts Alethea aside.
Sir, if you are not concerned for the honour of a wife, I am for that of a sister. He shall not debauch her.
Nay, you shall not disturb them. I'll vex thee by the world.
The writings are drawn, sir, the settlement's made. 'Tis too late, sir, and past all revocation.
Then so is my death.
I would not be unjust to him.
Then why to me so?
I have no obligation to you.
My love.
I had his before.
You never had it.
Well, love proceeds from esteem. He cannot distrust my virtue, or he would not marry me.
Marrying you is no more sign of his love than bribing your woman is a sign of his generosity. Marriage is rather a sign of interest than love, and he that marries a fortune covets a mistress.
Well, now you have put a scruple in my head. But in short, sir, I must marry him. My reputation would suffer in the world else.
No, if you do marry him, with your pardon, madam, your reputation suffers in the world.
Nay, now you are rude, sir. Mr. Sparkish, pray come hither. Your friend here is very troublesome and very loving.
Do you hear that?
Why? Do you think I'll seem to be jealous like a country bumpkin?
No, rather be a cuckold like a credulous chit.
Hold! Do not rail at him, for since he is like to be my husband, I am resolved to like him, Master Sparkish.
What? What now, dear rogue? Has not she wit?
Not so much as I thought and hoped she had.
Mr. Sparkish, do you bring people to rail at you?
Oh, No, but if he does rail at me, 'tis but in jest, I warrant.
He spoke so scurrilously of you. I had no patience to hear him. Besides, he has been making love to me.
Pshaw, to show his parts. We wits rail and make love often, but to show our parts.
Well, he said you were a wretch, below an injury.
Pshaw!
A coward.
Pshaw, pshaw.
What a senseless, drivelling idiot.
How? Did he disparage my parts? Nay, then my honour's concerned. I can't put up with that, sir.
Hold! I must not let them kill the gentleman for his kindness to me. I am so far from hating him that I wish my gallant had his person and understanding. Indeed, to tell the truth, the gentleman said that what he spoke was but out of friendship to you.
How? Say I am a fool out of friendship to me?
Yes, to try whether I was concerned enough for you and made love to me only to be satisfied of my virtue for your sake.
Nay, if it was so, my dear rogue, I ask thee pardon. Come, Horner does not come. Harcourt, let's be gone to the new play. Come, madam.
I will not go if you intend to leave me alone in the box and run into the pit as you used to do.
For sure. I'll leave Harcourt with you in the box to entertain you, and that's as good. If I sat in the box, I should be thought no judge. Come away, Harcourt. Lead her down.
Come along. I have a wonderful
Exeunt, Sparkish, Harcourt, and Alethea.
Well, go thy ways, for the flower of the true town fops, such as spend their estates before they come to them, are cuckolds before they're married. But let me go look to my own freehold.
Lady Fidget, Mistress Dainty Fidget, and Mistress Squeamish, sir.
Your servant, sir. Where is your lady? We are come to wait upon her to the new play.
New play?
And my husband will wait upon you presently.
Damn your civility. Madam, by no means. I will not see Sir Jasper here till I have waited upon him at home, nor shall my wife see you till she has waited upon your ladyship at your lodgings.
We will not stir till we see her.
A pox on you all. She has locked the door and is gone abroad.
No, you have locked the door and she's within.
They told us below she was here.
Will nothing do? Well, it must out then. To tell you the truth, ladies, my wife has just now the smallpox come out upon her. Do not be frightened, but pray be gone, ladies. You shall not stay here in danger of your lives.
No, we have all had them.
Alack, alack.
Come, we must see how it goes with her. I understand the disease.
Come.
Well, there is no being too hard for women at their own weapon, lying. Therefore, I'll quit the field.
Here's an example of jealousy.
Indeed, as the world goes, I wonder there are no more jealous, since wives are so neglected.
For sure. As the world goes, to what end should they be jealous?
Pho, 'tis a nasty world.
That men of parts should take up with and spend fortunes in keeping little playhouse creatures, foe. Why, the men never visit women of honour and reputation as they used to, but use us with the same indifferency and ill-breeding as if we were all married to them.
They are dogs and horses for it.
I suppose the crime against our honour is the same with a man of quality as another.
But then the pleasure should be the less.
Fie, for shame, sister. Whither shall we ramble? Be continent in your discourse, or I shall hate you.
Besides, an intrigue is so much more notorious for the man's quality.
But still, my dear, dear honour.
Sir Jasper, Mr. Horner, and Mr. Dorilant, madam.
Oh, what do you mean to bring these upon us?
Foh, those are as bad as wits.
Foh, let us leave the room.
Stay, faith, to tell you the naked truth.
Fie, Sir Jasper, do not use that word, naked.
Well, in short, I have business at Whitehall, and cannot go to the play with you. Therefore would have you go.
With those two to a play?
No, not with the other, but with Mr. Horner. There can be no more scandal to go with him than Mr. Tuttle or Master Limberham.
With that nasty fellow? No.
Nay, prithee, dear, hear me.
Ladies,
Stand off!
Do not approach us.
You are obscenity all over.
And I would as soon look upon a picture of Adam and Eve without fig leaves as you. Therefore, keep off, and do not make us sick.
What a devil are these?
Why, these are pretenders to honour as critics to wit.
Come, Mr. Horner, I must desire you to go with these ladies to the play, sir.
Aye, sir?
Aye, come, sir.
I must beg your pardon, sir, and theirs. I will not be seen in women's company in public again for the world.
A strange aversion.
No, he is for women's company in private.
He? Poor man, he?
'Tis a greater shame amongst lewd fellows to be seen in virtuous women's company than for the woman to be seen with them.
Indeed, madam, the time was I only hated virtuous women, but now I hate the other too.
You are very obliging, sir.
In sober sadness he shall go.
I am ready to wait upon the ladies, and I think I am the fitter man.
You, sir? No, I thank you for that. Master Horner is a privileged man amongst the virtuous ladies. He's my wife's gallant.
It's a strange a man can't come amongst virtuous women now, but upon the same terms as men are admitted into the great Turk's seraglio. But where is Pinchwife?
Exit Dorilant.
Come, man. What, avoid the sweet society of womankind? That sweet, soft, gentle, tame, noble creature, woman made for man's companion?
So is that soft, gentle, tame, and more noble creature a spaniel, and has all their tricks. Can fawn, lie down, suffer beating, and fawn the more. Barks at your friends when they come to see you, makes your bed hard, gives you fleas, and the mange sometimes, and all the difference is, the spaniel's the more faithful animal, and fawns but upon one master.
Oh, the rude beast!
Brute! Stinking, mortified, rotten French weather, to dare!
Hold, an it please your ladyship, take my advice in your anger. You know you often want one to make up your drolling pack of hombre players, and you may cheat him easily, for he's an ill gamester, and consequently loves play.
But are you sure he loves play, and has money?
He loves play as much as you, and has money as much as I.
Then I am contented to make him pay for his scurrility. Money makes up in a measure all other wants in men.
So, now to mollify, to wheedle him. Master Horner, will you never keep civil company? Come, man, you must fall to visiting our wives, eating at our tables, drinking tea with our virtuous relations after dinner, dealing cards to them.
I hope they'll afford me better employment, sir, for your sake.
Come, here's a gamester for you. Let him be a little familiar sometimes. Nay, what if a little rude? Gamesters may be rude with ladies, you know.
Yes, losing gamesters have a privilege with women.
I always thought the contrary.
Well, win or lose, you shall have your liberty with her.
As he behaves himself, and for your sake, I'll give him admittance and freedom.
All sorts of freedom, madam?
Aye, all sorts of freedom. Wheedle her, jest with her, and be better acquainted one with another.
I think I know her already, therefore may venture with her my secret for hers.
Sister, coz, I have provided an innocent playfellow for you there.
Who? He?
Foe will have no such playfellows.
No, sir. You shan't choose playfellows for us. We thank you.
Nay, pray hear me.
But, poor gentleman, to cause yourself to be reported no man, and to suffer yourself the greatest shame that could fall upon a man, that none might fall upon us women by your conversation. But indeed, sir, as perfectly the same man as before your going into France, sir. As perfectly, sir.
As perfectly, madam. Nay, I scorn you should take my word. I desire to be tried only, madam.
All men of honour desire to come to the test. But indeed, Generally, you men report such things of yourselves. One does not know how or whom to believe.
I have given you security already to save you harmless, my late reputation being so well known in the world, madame.
But if upon any future falling out, or upon a suspicion, if you'll give me leave to speak obscenely, you might tell, dear sir.
If I did, nobody would believe me. The reputation of impotency is as hardly recovered again in the world as that of cowardice, dear madam.
Nay, then, as one may say, you may do your worst, dear sir.
Come, is your ladyship reconciled to him yet? Have you agreed on matters? For I must be gone to Whitehall.
Why, indeed, Sir Jasper, Master Horner is 1,000,000 times a better man than I thought him.
Well, all the town knows. Therefore, now you like him, get you gone to your business together. Go to your business, I say, pleasure, whilst I go to my pleasure, business.
Come then, dear gallant.
Come away, my dearest mistress.
So, white is as I'd have it.
Exit Sir Jasper.
And as I'd have it.
Who for his business from his wife will run, takes the best care to have her business done.
Exeunt omnes.
Thank you for listening to the Plaza Theatre podcast. Although the theatre is closed, keeping the building maintained still costs money. If you've enjoyed our podcast today, please consider making a donation to keep theatre alive in Romsey. Visit plazatheatre.com for more details.